Hey guys, I'm going to show you how to use my SVG file. This is the file that you get if you've purchased my Brim Studio course from my website, designhubonline.com, or if you have purchased this listing from Etsy, which is just the template Etsy. Either way, this template works for everything. Let's open the Brim Studio. Go. We have Design Hub Online Brim Studio. This is the file that's attached either to your Etsy download if you just download the template, or if you're part of my Brim Studio course, this is the same one. I'm going to just walk you through how you place this image. This is my watermark. You can just go ahead and remove it. If you are new to designing brims or you're not sure where to start, you can absolutely take my course. It's on my website, designhubonline.com/brimstudio, and I walk you through how to design 4 different types of brims, like one with text, one with an image that you have already created, and then I also show how to do it with AI as well. So that is for that course. If you have an image that you have either created yourself in Procreate or Photoshop or scanned in, or you have made something in Canva, any PNG or SVG or JPEG file will work in inserting this, and you can play around with it. So we're going to head over to this Layers and Objects tab. You can see we have these 3 drop-down menus. I'm going to go ahead and expand the Art Masked menu, and I'm going to highlight image 1. Image 1 is my watermark. I'm going to go ahead and hit delete on my keyboard. And now I'm going to use this import button here. You can use file import if you would like to. And I'm going to press that button. I'm going to grab this really pretty floral image that I have. There is going to be a message dialog box that pops up, and these default settings are perfectly fine. You're going to hit OK. And it is dropped. You can't see it right now because it's being masked. So I'm going to grab it. Just kidding. I'm going to grab it, not the actual template. Where is there she is, image. And we are going to move her over so that we can actually see her. My goodness. Really? There we go. Okay. So, and you can see all these different arrows. As you can see, as I make it larger, the image will actually disappear, aka be masked, which is exactly what we want. And you can manipulate this image as you see fit. I think I just want it. I'm looking for just like a simple one-sided brim design. And let's say that I wanted to just like tilt it a little bit. You could see that the arrows are all facing out, and you can see my cursor has the 4 arrow hover right there. I'm just going to click, and now that you see how it turned, these little arrows are now facing as if I would rotate the image, and click just the arrow that you want to go ahead and rotate. So I actually kind of want to rotate it down this way. And that's just what you would do until you like it. If you like it there and you need to like maybe make it bigger or smaller, you're going to click that. Click again inside the image. You see that your arrows do change. And now I'm just going to drag it out a little bit more. So I am happy with this design. The next step that I'm going to do is back into this dialog area. You can still see the arrow, the outline of our brim. I obviously don't want that because I do not want to laser that. So I'm going to go ahead and click on export outline up at the top here. You will see an eye icon. You're going to click that, and that's going to make it disappear. Once again, eye icon, go ahead and turn that off. So that is the brim design that we want to go ahead and export. So the third and final tab on this window is your export tab. You're going to click that. You want to make sure that you are on page. If you do document, it's going to zoom out and grab the entire image area. And you remember how we had our image. If I click it again here, remember how it's like kind of like off to the side. We don't obviously want to capture that. The document setting does, unfortunately, and that'll be a pain in the butt when we go to resize it when we upload it into Lightroom or Xtool XCS. So make sure you're on Page, and Page will just focus right on what we had going on our template inside that white space page. So we're gonna do that. Um, we want it on PNG is completely fine for your laser. You do not have to export it for SVG unless you want to, but my settings on the PDF are for PNG images. And then you're going to click this little browse export directory file folder thingy. You're going to click that, and then you're going to name your design. I'm going to call mine flowers design. And that is going to save. I use Xtool, so I'm going to go ahead and just show you guys what the import would look like. I am running this on my D1 Pro 20 watt. I'm going to delete the image that I was working with earlier and go ahead and click the image to import our pretty florals design PNG that we just made. This is uploading and it is perfect. The settings that I have in my PDF, the download PDF that accompanies this, or if you are using my Brim Studio, will tell you where to change your width and height and how to unlock that and change that. My personal designs on my page, if you check out my Etsy page at Design Hub Collective, I like to use Willie and Dolly hats, and they have this inner seam around them. So I like to keep my width at 350 to not go over that seam. And then I go ahead and unlock the ratio, and the height of those hats are 380. Again, to not touch that seam. If I don't care and I want that image to be fully across, I would go ahead and up my width to 360 and then my height to 390. So that's what I use for those Willie and Dolly hats, wide brim hats. If you are using other types of hats, I have a video on my website of how to measure a wool Stetson and using the measuring tape that either came with your X tool, or if you don't have one of those, using a seamstress measuring tape. And you can walk through that video, and I explain how I got those measurements and how to manipulate the same template for that. So thank you again for purchasing. And as always, you can send me a message over Etsy, or you can send me an email at info@designhubonline, or check out my website and send me a message or comment on one of my articles there.